Yo, odofo na mwaju edima kwaba eba eye original TV so se enene de dikan na wode wafiri na to ha yo original TV na wo hwe no na dwumedi a ewo so no eye yang mofra ye man dwumedi no na wo bisa se dwumedi den dwumedi poten dwumedi a ya hwehwe se ye de behwe mofra nkanko mofra banbo mofra pomuden nsam ne niama ne bi etode bi a ekoso ewo mofra brabom a woni akamafo no eno na bribia me ne ma begwafo ye betena se na ye bepense mu de ma ema hu nimode esanse mofra ne ntetewe ne sese yi no aye dinyiye de amayen esane abefo ntentan ne niama abani ntino eno ntino abribia no sa wote se wore ka mofra ho asem nsusu afa mofra ho de a mesra wo medofo ma empa woti sokra bomodia se abribia no wode wafiri no ebeto ha eye memre da nwumre biara wo bono num a eye mofra ye man dwumede no kwasida nopa no nsonso na yabo repeat de amawo Lady Nancy na magye egwa no meda wase bebre se woso wohwe ye beda twedi ampo no nso ase na obebisa se enne asem ben na eda apaso a ye ba besusu ho yes childhood trauma and its effect in adult life. Yekase childhood trauma, obibisa se brofo kakrake den you. Niema ni bia etode bia fi mofra se ehu ene niema bia mofra ni bi ekomu na yenhwe ho asam enka. Se bia ya to bi mu na ana yehunahunu bi ewo kwan bi so na yanhwe anka ho asam na edidi ne mu na afeedi ebewie chire no na akanne orinyin no na abeka na abrabo ma na abrabo ababeye basa eno ena ne yeba bedi ho nkomo no enu nti be pawcho fiti sa briya kopembreko a no nsia ebebode eyeme Lady Nancy mene ma begwafo ena yeba besom besre wo sede ye bia ye no dwumedi aboafo bi ena won doyen ena won asuyin asen enu nti no mesre wo ma yenkoji won agwadi nkrato na yemra se yeba betua so wosu a wo ho opese wo bo wagwadi hu dawuru wa ha yeba ma ahama no na woso wabo wagwadi hu dawuru enu nti ma yenkomra sesia Yo odofo na memowaju sama wakwa babio eba yen mofra ye man dwumedi no eso sesia na wode wafiri na to ha eye dwumedi a memreda anwumre bia Lady Nancy meji egwa na yede ebrew na wobisa se enne no se dia medi kankan no asemeda apaso ye hwe childhood trauma affect yen adult life se yenyin no na akayen na wobisa se eden kra ne sa childhood trauma no na den na edeba na eba obeden hu se oba ewo sa adewe na afei so no hu sunsanso no nso no eden na ede eba eno na ne yeba behwe aka ho asem no na sedia abribia ye no yen Kofi Etewia Foundation Character First Education no enne asema yede ebrewo responsibility no yesi wasede na responsibility no yes taking ownership of my thoughts, words and actions. Taking responsibility or ownership of my thoughts, words and actions. Se me fawuraye ewo min susui mu na min sam ene men ni yeyi mu yeka obi fawuraye ewo bibi mu a se bibi a ekoso bia no ono ankasa na bebu ho akonta ye mamofra no ento ase se bibia wore ye fiti sa bibia no ho akontabu ewo ho eno nti na se wo ko school a wo ye won sohwe no esanse dia wusua nyina no ewo se wo hwe se dia wusua no wate ase enti no ubebu ho akonta eno nti no dia ye bia no omo ye responsible to their life nti so oba abrabo ni ye a ebesi ni ye wa mo ni ye nso a ebesi ni ye nti ye mamofra no enti ase ewo abrabo akwantu a wori etu no mu na ye bayen affirmations a ye pemu kakasa na o say I will know what is expected. I will know what is expected. Mehu nia ewo se meye. Enu nti no se abofra no ye very responsible abribia no onimu sedia oye ototo ne niama wano onim se ewo so ko school nso a ewo so osua de Oma nkotua school fees aboarding enwu oma wonto books aboarding obi ne ba watro wase ni more than 1,000 times enye sa abofra ni madio nanso no egori ene abofra ni enim na sede ne wo so oye nti no ubetua sika no wa hometo wo yanso obeka twa so obekọ enso no obetua sika no oba kodi agori maramasam enamfosam den nan edubone nomo ne ade enso no sanka bia abofra na tena ne to so na so osua de a nka bia watwa no ba kope ebinom ewo second universities a saa na ekoso fi primary school saa na ekoso utumu se wo bayide egori nkoa na na dige ho eba adesua a ontumi yire no ho so no eda ebia we popo wani kakra be mo wani abre wo ho no wo hu se na wa yaade nti ye mamofra no ehu se ensese ye ka kire me ansa na ma ye bibi se nkuku ne wo ho ne wo so otwutwu mu a wa hye no emre ne mra no ade bia wo ho e wo so ye bia wa hye ne emre ne mra no nti abre bia onim se me sori anopa a wo se me twutwu mesi wie a me kogware se adwuma bi wo fie wo se me ye ansa na mako school me fi school ba me bedu fie pe me gware wie bia me homework bi ne wo ho a ma ye ma pa aduan bi adi efie mo neema bi kakra wo se me ye ma ye yen kyerɛkyerɛ mofra no wo hu asɛde fiti saa bri anye saa na wo benyin no onua enye magical so obi ba o to ne boase abofra no eye meticulous o ye ne niama se wano a enye magic na nipa ne yi wo ne ba no so eye ntiatia ene akyerɛkyerɛ ma abofra ne hu so e wo so ye responsible for the life entino oreye ne etoso abien no o say I will keep my commitment ewo so de ne ho ahye bibi biara oyemu ade na osua ewo so de ne ho hyemu na osua adwuma na osua so de ne ho hyem bibi obeye bia no ewo so de ne ho hyem na oye se asori na ewo so okwa asori wano ye nkyerɛkyerɛ mofra ne se commitment eye bibi a eye yen asede ewo se yeye enu nti wa ma na hu se ya asede a obeye ne ama biara obenyin wabeko school a certificate akase ahoro nso okwa adwuma bia mu na yeyi na di esan so onye committed to adwuma no also we mu onwie na waje wato also we mu na wabɔ ne fa enu nti fit sabri ye nkyerɛ mofra no wonwie wo school kura na homework ne de be ma no na so copy wo board so a copy one line no kura no otumi gya words ni bi 10 questions no obetumi agya obi on copy ni nyina oni adagyew yamma mofra ne ntia se bibi a wo ye bia no wonfa wo ho enhyem ne etoso abiesa no o say I will do my best o say meye ne metumi aye biara nti yamma mofra ne ntia se wo wonfam baby bia wo se wo de wo ahoden ye na emma wotumi etumpon emma wo ye more responsible no they have to do it wonni any excuse in life say ade we de mantumi anye ana akwanya no ewo ho ma abofra ne say wo say oye eno nti ye nkyerɛkyerɛ won say do your best ne obetumi bia atare bia adesua no to de bia na ye den pa to say mofra ne bi wa was struggle but we encourage no o say ye nkakra obetumi aye we di akakakra bi na nka wawie we so ne hakakra anka say kra de we ye wie anen na ye mamofra no and come out with their best and no ebebo won ama won aye responsible daachin ne etoso anan no o say I will not make excuses Mary yi in samano I will not make excuses de bia o so wontumi wa de so ya wo so kashiri na enye ya mamofra ne hu say abrabo na ye bo no se dia ekono se ekoba se anko ne yi a wontumi yi wo ho ano e wo se wo bear the consequence because ye wo life for instance abofra ko fa sekan no de atwa nensa wo batan no ye mo be hyehye ase wahu mojani but ya wo na abofra no komu no wo batan no kura wori nkobi mu se wahu se de no eno nti no mayeyi nsama no emma mofra no yi nsama no de ntu e wo so fa sekan no odi de agori mani hu se sekan odi de agori a ebetwa wo oja odi wo sa hyemu a ebetwa wo ye ma mofra no enye responsible for their lives eno ebeboa wo de etwa to a mede erema wo no o say I will correct my mistakes mesiesie menfom so de bia me kase said de bia na me your responsibilities are me say enfom so nti na pencil what the eraser to ya noto anu nti de wo eraser said ye be ya ye enfom so na ye be paper mpo say pen a ye de twiro inki ya ye pen erasers e wo ho esa ne enfom so nti ye ma mofra ne nti ase enfom so de empanipa ho ewo ho basa oye mfomso na onyentom na onsiesie saa mfomso no na emane nko nanim abofra bi wo ha wo ne ka wo ka asem baako na onu aka biesa so waye mfomso na wo pese wo kyerɛkyerɛ no na wo tenetene no mane hu se ade a oye wanye ne ye ntino da foforo no mo onye ne se no ompene da ema wo nka ye ma mofra ne nte ase se atenatene eye ma won mfomso ba Jitum na wo jitum a na fe wasiesie no se de se efata eno be ma mofra no aye very responsible na be ma yen awofo no so no ye ho atoyen esan se sa abofra no anye responsible wabrabo no mu a ebre wadi 50 years wo agya no wadi 70 years abofra no di 50 years no da so te wo so wo da so hwe no obetena wo so kopembriku obewu na mfaso bia maso ama wa abrabo no bia time wonya wo pension kakra wo bedi no na wo pension no wanye lucky on obia bia akwowo obia na so on obarema bia akwowo ye de mofra na ba gugu so se wo nananom wo bebre sa de akwowu enti yenhwe mofra no fiti sabri ensiesi won fiti sabri ema wonya responsible fiti sabri na wo ena wo agya no ebedu bri afede wonanga ya anan wonanga ya biesa na wontumi entutu no sabre no ena wohie obi ama na sowu aboa wo ama watumi agina anu nti moma yenhwe ne yie na yenhwe mofra ne yie ensam ya mede brewe Efi Kofi Ewia Foundation Character First Education ena yede abrewo no yo ena yerekoyen asem no ankasa so na yese yehwe early childhood trauma and its effect on adult life you some ni bi niam bi etode bi ekoso ewo mofra abrabomu na afi obehu se ebe wi akiri no na aka won papa ebra wori enyin no mu ana won enyin no mu ebi obeka se onya fixation enu nti no me de me nua bia bi me hu no is getting to 30 years ni me hu no me tell say ofi UK abagana na me se chale e wo se me do badwumadi so sanse nimudie ne adwuma so a wo ye wo UK no Ghana fo so ye bepese ye benya ye nchefa ewom eno nti no me de me nua bia ye frɛ no eye Mrs Janet Nana Achim oye psychodynamic counselor maybe some psychodynamic no brofo kakraka no na we ya na mam Jen unhayefo Miguel's prefect Louis T. So almost 30 years.
30 years.
Yes. You hu ye. Ye tro ye exams wie eno ani. Say we say kakra bi o. Say sie yes. Ye fiasi. Ye ba bia ye du. The nyame ase. Na me da wase so say me ton safre o say dia busy schedule no watu kwankra because of programming no. Na say we schedule program no na wo ba nyame insure bebre. Psychodynamics. And as a counselor, and in the heading,
but I think that you can't psychodynamic a very big word.
Okay.
What it means is the study of the mind,
okay,
the emotional processes,
okay,
and the behavior that comes with it. So, but she need the money better because and the social psychologists are almost how the brain works.
Okay.
And then if you know how the brain works, psychodynamics look at the emotional responses, the feelings, the wishes and all that order. And so what me this animal me in way boma, then it leads to the person's behavior.
Okay.
Into my mind, and my emotional responses would determine my behavior.
Okay.
One example is, and again, Maminko home brands. Psychodynamics also look at goes a bit into our childhood.
Okay.
Now, for example, say uodia or homevane say ankadia na mango dia. Now say leaves no ahabaino. I start to say discolor, right? Some people will focus on the leaves, but psychodynamics look at the roots. Thinking say a bibi and na air course will root no and no na affect leaves no into treating the leaves alone no will not solve the problem. It will look at the deep things of the mind. And then when you look at the mind, like we know you were the conscious mind, we have the subconscious mind, and we have even the unconscious
mind. Yeah.
And Nyama you're not aware, which have influences on our behavior, on our daily behavior. And psychodynamics is a big word. What it means, a bit steady and what think, and then behavior.
Okay.
What the questions? I'm for psychologists who can read your mind.
Yes. That's any atenkano any chire behavior. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yamra ene asem no so yes early childhood trauma. And so yeah Canadian.
I think sir, I'm really pleased about what you do here.
Thank you.
Because say you share nkwala once ye ne ye nkwala. And as I say ye nyini abedru say nti ye nkwala is the next future leaders of Ghana. Ye nkwala ene ye nyini abehwe yen. Nti say ye anhwe nkwala ne yie na say nneema bi tuchima omuntimi nyini mehwe yen. We won't have precedence for the next generation. Ye nkwala yi ne nyini abe so mainum nkwala ne enyini abehwe family nkwala no na enyini se we Muslim se we Christian omo na omo nyini se de ye nkwala ye nyini abe mpanifo no they are future. Until our focus has to be on the child. Until we're talking about childhood trauma, and I think the simplest way and I say if you can say the tougher be a metimi abon eye enema bebre to nkwala ewo yenyini num and it becomes too distressful, it becomes too stressful for a child to cope with.
Okay.
Like I said, just obo amtwi ne kakra.
Yeah. Say bibia atwede bia akoso wo mofra na brabo ma omuntumi nyina no. Omuntumi nyina no. Eye
too much. Ebi wo ho a eye early childhood sexual abuse.
Okay.
Akwala kitwa bi wo ho na panyi bi akwache na ato ne mo na. And some of these parents are not aware.
Yeah. No how.
Ewo nkwala bebre both abrofo ene abibifo ewo consulting room in London. Na nkwala no ba nsem o kan parents had no idea.
Wow.
Oni aneba ne netifie at the age of 8, 6. Na family friend bi sexually abuse akwala no. Na when you understand akwala no koma
esi wa ha bebre ebinum kra one papa no na di won sa adwuma no
me wa akwala ba ko a ne maami tu kwan eba Africa na oja nkwala no ma papa no at the age of 6 na papa started so ne akwala no da maami ne anti ho hwe anhuhu hwe until the age of 12 years.
Wow.
So 6 good years. And Mammy no the ohu ya na say papa no pay more attention to akwala na. It was too obvious to say as on kwa no penasem. But then only ho na papa ne yes no not knowing say ne younger brother who was 4 years witness it. No, so I is so traumatized, anxiety to the point is say nkwala na mienu cannot go to school. Because ohun papa bia wo ye bema the child runs away.
Wow.
Because the mind take the child back to what happened. Until she's so scared, she's so frightened. Until you can't childhood trauma, there's a lot that is going on in our society, in our own homes, that we are not even aware. And when you dim kwala ninya to sometimes they can't even bear, so decide to take their own lives. Minima kwala at the age of 8, why attempt suicide? Ne mami medication and no put it together. Just want to take because he feels I'm not good enough. In Nkwala, there's a lot that is going on, but this is our future. Nkwala no munyina be hwe yen. Now I won't blame parents. Parents are busy. School, we look for the best private schools for our children. We look for drivers to drive them to the school, pick them up, bring them. We give them order. Where is the child in all this? He needs that bond with the parent. Just give the child a little hug. Akwala me wadanfo. So when you wadanfo pe, anybody on the street can win the child. And that's what is happening now.
What is happening now?
Obishiana, small boy bia or no over 10 CDCB. Because he will be able to show that emotional affection and that emotional connection will easily steal the child. Because that is what he needs. It's not Sikana Utia driver, no, it's good. Utia driver come and the Nako school. Mommy needs to go to work, but then spend some time with the child.
And to know, let me be say, what are some of the causes of this early childhood trauma? Because I know, say, parents play key factor in this because parent and shabo frani that is where the issue comes in. Say, obi be fan wabonte. But there are other causes as well. I
think causes in the personally, I would say do your homework well. right? Now, some of these things even happen in the family.
Okay.
Maybe ni makwala mommy is busy. Mom go to work, dad go to work. And what happened was, even within the family, it was an uncle. Uncle. And Akwala is innocent. When we say Akwala, they easily trust. Or trust in the uncle, or trust in the auntie. You trust the driver, you trust the garden boy. And so mom and dad has to do their homework well. Driver uko fanama odi obaba na ko school no, make sure you know the person. Make sure it's somebody you can trust. Because sometimes, you know, some of these things happen while they're taking the child to school. There are a lot of abuse that goes on. But akwalano sometimes want to minka. And it will keep happening. And parents not having time for their children. I don't want us to feel guilty, but there's a lot of things that are going on behind our back.
Well, no case be I witnessed some time ago now. Driver or the abofrani ko school.
Yeah.
I think say every morning be a obako fa abofrani. There is this joint what on weed and no panel. And the driver no the abofrano fa ho and it's a boy. No hako to weed no.
Yeah.
And to know sometimes you know or pick abofrana like it's obvious say or the bar the dada car ni money ade time or ye na one any ade. So this boy not the boy was 5 years old witnessing the man smoking.
Yeah.
Into one time ne mama no ha hu na abofrana bo paper. Ball paper ketwa upper match at the assumu or yeah what no say it's uncle who is doing
yes that. Yeah, and that's emotional abuse. Yes. Gradually no what grew me akwala to this behavior. Now akwala ketwa nkwala they most of the time you say what you tell them doesn't stay with them. It's what you do. They observe a lot. They akwala observe say mommy, any daddy, and will stay with them. Now, the way God creates human being, and then again, I'm not being religious, but it depends on how you refer to God. You can, if you're a Muslim, you might refer him to Allah. If you're a Christian, he's God. But in this discussion, I will refer him to God. So please don't be offended. The way God created the human being is such that we observe a lot. And most of the thing we observe, you know, it stays with us. And for example, or observe it, relationship between mom and dad. And because a parenting hasn't got a manual, a environment and and it's shaping behavior, and that's what they're going to grow up with.
Wow.
And you know, the driver is smoking, and he knows driver. Mommy trusts the driver. That's why he's asking him to take me to school. And he feels so whatever he's doing might be right. Although parents might not do it at home, but he's always 24/7 with that driver. So the child spends more time with the driver. The child spends more time with the house help, more than daddy and mommy. And then sometimes if you do a little risk assessment, how many times do you spend with your own child? How close emotionally, and I'm talking about emotional connection. This is a problem. Obetimi aba, mommy, this is what someone told me, and then me go to school. Obetimi aka. If that relationship is not there, trust me, that society is stealing our kids.
You share dysfunctional home. Fear, asumdwe ho.
Yeah.
Mothers, fathers are fighting. They are saying all sorts of words to themselves, throwing almost to plates, throw to second, bushia, one down Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, every minute. You hear them shouting on top of their voices, screaming, making na abofra ketwa ewofie, witnessing all these things. What does it?
It's you are shaping the child and you're giving him or her an image to work with. Okay. Now, UK, for example, Sakwalako school, now Omuhu say he's hitting too much. It's an indicator straight away that there's something happening at home. They will visit you or they will start doing an investigation without you knowing. Okay. And it's parents, and again, I tell people, say, there's no perfect home. There's no, Unico will say that, that there's no perfect home. All you need is just a good enough home or good enough family.
Okay.
Into mom and dad, you know, young kasamunya perfect. There's no word like that. No one is perfect. The only perfect one is God, right? You're perfect. But all that a child needs is a good enough environment.
Okay.
It's good enough mommy. That will give me that emotional connection. That will show me that love. If my dad is showing me love, then I will be able to love my husband when I grow up. If mom is showing the son how to love, what do? You tell him, you show him. I know, sir, here in Ghana, we don't even hug our kids.
No.
We don't sometimes go
kiss
out.
Them.
We don't
even hold their hands.
We don't hold their hands.
Oh,
Mom and dad doesn't even hold hands.
The other time, I just got pissed off.
Yeah.
I stopped and I was telling the guy, say, "Oni abofra nam kwan ho, ono nam gata na no, and abofra na nam street ne mo."
Right.
And now Okra the mobile phone
Yeah.
and was playing whatever that he was doing on the mobile. And the two children were just on the street. And he was at the other side rather.
Yeah.
Se car air bamufrana so said then na air yamufran they don't
He wasn't aware. Yeah. Yeah. And again, that takes us to more self-awareness. How much are you aware? Your even immediate environment, and the way you describe it, at the normal circumstance, you know, the child should be on the safer side.
Yes.
Wo adult, you know, wo roadside.
That is
it. If anything happens, and Kolano will. Do you understand? They will be safe.
Even the gutter will save the child if something happens.
Yeah.
But where jam friend woman you know montino when you awareness I create says I want you abofra nam kwanwa ma abofra no say benkum so na gutter nanwa but just be careful say be onko gutter enya abofra na mba street because ono de okọ no onye say bibi ba would bet to me I save you but abofra no and to me saving on street no so even so reach or gutter no it will be safer for the child in the gutter than on the street no I get so serious.
It is. And that is the parents have to be, we're doing a lot, we're doing well, but we have to be more aware and then build a relationship with your child. Have a good relationship, because the way I can beginning, no, these children are going to grow up and come and look after us. They are future. They are the future generation of Ghana. They are the presidents. They're going to be the president's wife. They're going to be the ministers. They're going to be older. And you know, so if we don't bring up, Bible says, train the child the way he should go, and when they grow, they will not depart
from it.
And to what training? We don't even have a family. We don't even eat together anymore. So these are some of the things that bring the family together. By the time our parents and Brano, now house help, your mother.
Let's look at some of the words and somebody be a catch mofrano.
Yeah.
Some of the words I catch mofrano, how it affect on the children.
Right. I think before I even go to the words that comes out of our mouth, and what I was saying is the way nature or God has designed the body now. The words you hear, they form pictures in your brain.
Okay.
And then you affirm it with the words that comes out of your mouth, right? I'll give you a very good example. I have a guy that he's from Nigeria, but when he came, I think someone told him, for whatever reason and why that conversation said, plain, to say, if unadaka, and then
aeroplane.
Right, plane I me, to say, if unadaka, and then that's how they describe it. And it's just going up there to drop, and then people will die. Now, this is a word he heard from someone, okay? Now, he thought about it, he brewed, and start thinking about it. This created a fear in him. Now, the fear gave him image in his mind, always seeing plane as a coffin. And because of that, since he came to the UK when he was a teenager, I think he's about 56, 58, he has never been able to go back home.
Wow.
And he's never been able to go on holiday. Until he can't take his kids on holiday. Why? Because the way of describing it was a plane is just like a flying coffin. It's just going to drop. So what am I saying is, asema o kachira akwara no, ofisa wo de one make it comment. It stays with the child.
Wo de wonye yeda. Na ne tubanga wo mu de wo bebre pa. Na kwasampa bra wo bo. And a whole lot of things.
Asema o kachira akwara, it's like you're praying for the child. It's the same map we used to pray.
Yes.
It doesn't matter whichever or whatever religion you belongs to. Whatever comes out of your mouth is a form of prayer. If you're telling your child, they say, that is your wish, and that's your prayer for the child. and the body and the brain thinks that is what the child needs until he will grow up and he won't become an adult. That's it.
And nothing when you are now on prayer camps.
Yeah.
Forgetting say you told your child what catching fit woman phrasing sema o catch.
So words are really powerful, and sometimes what we do in the consulting room, in the counseling room, is helping people to change their thinking. Until you are able to change your thinking, change the pictures that you make in your mind, and change the words you say, you won't be able to go far.
Yen share say ya bobo niama bebre so ya share what the early childhood trauma is. Ya share some of the causes. How would I identify, how would I know say my child is traumatized? Then na me hu say me ba no bibi ere hawo no na de we because yen Ghana ha no no say ya fa bibi awatera nti yen hu say abofra na ye din ana wa ye bibi kra na o ya say o nya hwe o no pesa dodo de bia na wasi munum me na wo bibi anya no kra no osu then we make such statement forgetting say the child has a problem I was say ya attended to but ye no watera na ye ja abofra na sa na edininya niam beng say na yen hwe we should look out for.
I think the early stages, the problem is because most parents don't even know their kids.
Okay.
Now, I do sometimes, before I'm in Akwalaba started counseling, I invite the parents and I ask the parents, describe your child.
Okay.
Now, most of the time, they describe the child with the problem. And I tell them, sir, the problem is not the child. They are two separate things. Akwalana nkasa woho. And this is the behavior. Okay? And most parents, we don't even know our child. So, see, maybe say one parent say, let's say your child is called Kelvin, and I ask you, who is Kelvin? Oh, he's just a problematic child. He does this, he doesn't listen, he doesn't. The parent does not even know the child. And because of that, and they might not even know.
No.
Okay? Now, most of the kids, so if you really know your child, that now, akwala meneno interact because somebody just, an adult, started and because he was in the family wanted to cover it. Okay, and the child was suffering. So who observe okay, I find the behavior and because every child is unique. Withdraw, most of the children they will withdraw. Until what on many and the parent is observant. And again, one sensitive word I normally use if the parent is available. Most parents are not available, right? You can be physically available but emotionally absent. Mom is here, mom, daddy is there. Physically you're present, but you're emotionally absent. So there's no connection between you and the child. Even if they are going through something, you won't pick it up.
Know.
So it's very key for parents to be able to build a relationship with their children. Since society back, because you'll be able to pick it. And that's one good thing about the idea. So school, any changes quickly. They'll begin to investigate. Okay. They have the GP address. On my friend say, has there been any changes in Akwalana life? And parent might be the last person they might consult because one cannot correct.
Whoa.
Until they will start observing the family and Akwalana to see, say, something, maybe something has gone wrong. We won't pick it because you lie, right? And then they will start investigation. They might refer to the GP for further examination and all that. And they have school counselors, right? And school counselors, when I begin to engage with the child, they will get all the truth out and then begin to support the child. And that's one leads to free fear. Then to social services. Most of the time, the parents are not available, physically absent, emotionally absent.
Said divorce. I think there was a time it's not divorce cases, but now father ni ha and the mother is with the children.
Yeah.
And to know said koyo and me bisa mother and say so mofrano aware of this decision that she's taking. And also, yes, wakacha mofrano into no bakot no krano. The children are waiting to hear the response. Say, only one papa, kujaya ampana.
Okay.
And to know, lady ni buy na mekacha and say, on kobio, na on san kojunu bio, na ombra the following week, na yentana say, na yan cancer. And the following week, she came back and she was like, Lady Nancy, I think I have to do this divorce again. And I'm sad. Also, coffee, you know. And that the day was a Monday. Into no coffee Monday, now Mofrani Bisa and how far she has gone with the divorce with the father, and so divorce one papa no. The following day, you know, the children went to school. They wrote letters. Omo ya mofra 4, merma 4.
Yeah.
Obiam so obo wo ye ku obia bo ni to obia throw letter come ani teacher. Say on kan kire wo maami say she should dare not. And ochras how week ni mo nyina mofra na ndidi.
Yeah.
They will not eat.
Yeah.
They will not do anything.
Yeah.
The following Monday, no, by no, lady, I'm not doing it again. Yeah, Fred Papa, and said the woman said, also change because I don't know when you're to be so all for time, so be an Casio or Jaidia or Bijai. So the woman took the decision, okay, then I'm not taking the initiative to divorce. So if the man, anytime that he comes down, anytime you're baby, on my divorce process. Oh, the trauma that the children are going through, just for this, even the father is outside, only happen for so many years, but just the mere fact say the parents are divorcing, it was giving them trauma.
Yeah, it does. It does not. Me wa akwala, I think one Cecilia, omo ye Ghana for, but omo nyina tia brochure. For whatever reason, no, the two adults thought they couldn't carry on because of one or two reasons. It's okay. And again, no, like I said earlier on, there's no perfect home. You just need a good enough, right?
Okay.
But Papa no maybe the woman couldn't cope. And this is a situation between two adults. But what happens is, I think the higher case say when astronomy no
grass, no?
Yeah. So when there's a divorce going on, it's the kids that suffer. Now, when the kids are in the middle, they tend to be used by the parents, whether consciously or unconsciously, right? Mom will call the child, and because mom is hurt, she will pour out her heart to the kids. What papa say. And then when dad have access to the kids, he's also going to
do the same.
Blackmail the woman.
Mofrana are confused.
They get confused.
They traumatize.
Yes.
Almost you're confused in life.
Yeah, they are confused. They are hurt.
But I always tell parents, couples are more for counseling and for mediation. Make sure and say, listen, these children that you are instigating against each other, no, they know whom they love. And the children know the one who is vulnerable. And they always want to sympathize with the one who is vulnerable. And to know what mother, feel so everything. For all you know, the children love their father now. Who say no, actually, you know. For all you know, no father no. The children love their mother. Who say naturally one no. And to be say, ye bibi ama bofrano. But at the end, no bofrano to etian also. One person obe boo, one person obe ye way. You think say you are giving the child everything, but the child is disrespecting. It's because of say who they say one party to them, and that is what the outcome of it. So I was very careful.
Yeah, but then again, I think it's, like I said, you know, the problem might be between the two adults. And Kolana involved, so you don't involve them in
not
this
at all.
decision. But then when separation comes, because like I said, you know, the way God designed family, it becomes the training grounds for the children. They are learning. What the way the two of you do things, and no more learning. That's what they're going to work with when they grow. And it doesn't matter how bad the other party is. They are so related to the person.
Lady Jane, my main 5 phone lines no and to go now. You remember the consequences so the effect on the adult life or not so now. You baby 0200854255 and telephone lines near 0200854255. Me pa wocho wadawro masa wo frɛ a na wo lower wo volume no e wo TV no ana watwe wo kakra e be se be ma ye feedback ye ntumi emfa wa asɛm no asɛm na wo de maka kyerɛ no so na hu hia ye mpa sanse ye pese ye tie ni abɛka no ntumi pese ye be yi wafi so ntumi wo frɛ pa na wo lower wo volume no ye sua de ye ho aduru e wo ye ma ho na menim sɛ nia ye resua ye bibia ye very 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 important pa hu hia pa sɛ ye tsenia ma bi ase ewo mofra no ho ye no bi bebre anya physician broni beka say physician no I say we are stuck in something ya trapo ewo bibi mu a we need to come out of that na eno na ye sua no you need a counselor to be able to come out of this and behold, I've brought in a counselor. Or she na waboa. Me ankasa me a counselor and I'm a certified one. But na ejuma dos wo me suntina na me nya de obi abahama no so hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Basha wo fraud na Afrifi.
Basha from Vincent.
Yo, wo Afrifi fan.
Yeah.
Vincent, you are listening to yourself, or you are watching yourself on the TV and you are talking. So until you my feedback. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi. Hi.
My name is Hannah,
okay.
And I'm calling from Tama.
Yo, Auntie Hannah, please let's hear you.
Okay, so I had the same issue with, let's say, my dad. He was quite abusive.
Wow.
And he never showed love whatsoever. So at certain points in my adulthood, I never showed love to maybe if I had a boyfriend or something like that. Also, it was quite hard for me to actually get over it and then try to experience love. So yes, it does have a great effect on that adulthood. And I thank you very much for this program.
Thank you so much, Hannah. God bless you. We are most grateful.
Can I comment?
Wow.
Yes, Sister Hannah, thank you for calling. And I think these are the reason why counselors are there. So in counseling, we will help you to make the links and then teach you how to love yourself.
Love yourself first.
It's something you didn't get. So how much do you love yourself? And then teach you how to be able to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you won't be able to love the other.
That is one thing that I always talk about. I don't know where it is in the Bible, but it says that love the Lord your God. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Bacha wa fraud na Afrifi.
Bacha Vincent ni.
Yo, aja Vincent, bacha mo wasa. O Afrifi infa. Me pacho yo. Kasa na yenti. Let's listen to you. We are listening.
The pana. Emsena, Mrs. Tanika said, Obi Otime incited Nkwalana against Onipaba. Said no, and pretty in a man and a diet. Man and a diet got me named Lady Dear. On a Beman or tuna, Beman, a fin. The John catch Nkwalana. Oh, Papa Mamu Fino. Papa Mamu Fino. At times, Beman cry, Casa and Kalani midi holiday on in China. I said, I'm Monco. Oh, and so I know complain is a Scana Beman said, decided upon Kalani, won't find and come out. What do you call it? Nemame. Beman is so young Kalana command, or no, David. Oh, for a moment. Oh, and then side, pretty, you know. A man and then fighting Kalana against the father. Okay. All the same, education is only going to get a monk.
Yo, so that's Vincent. Yo, also, there are certain things that are not right. Because if you are not taking care of your children, you don't expect them say, Wobeshaw. And now say, Obia. Sometimes, when me and Nebia and yes, say on Peso, but Ebianus also is a Kesika or mother tears over soldier Mofracoma or mammy. So, what about their mother? Because Obeshe Obama or Bianis can be the way Nebiason Mofranos.
I think the underlying issue is the two parties are angry with themselves.
Yes, with themselves.
Because separation, when you be at some person or Bobra, right? Into whether you like it or not, emotionally you're connected to the person. Maybe a behavior, you feel you can't cope with it, and one person was separated. And you're between the two adults. Into mommy and Nunankasano. You need support to be able to separate. Separation is not that easy. And this I was saying about no, the person is living inside you. Emotionally, he's with you, right? Whatever. He is with you. Physically, no. No cry more difficult than the person being with you. Anti-separation is not, people think it's oh, Bema not take him, your ban not take him, you know, my angel and the ends. It doesn't.
So, hello.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Pacha wa fraud na Afrifi.
Pacha midinde Joyce.
Yo. Ma Joyce.
Afrifi Tesano.
Yo.
Na montre na atoma komaso.
Edanyame ase.
me share mo program yinda ena me niana
ebeto
so na me si o ma me ntie bi
awo memene da nwumre bia memene da nwumre bia wo bono num a ye de san kyerkyere ba
yo mate me hye
mate
na niana me nso me experience ya nia me fam me de me ba ekowale ye te se nia ma me pin se ye ni mmofra ne ho time no ya asemu enye se ye ni mmofra ne ho time na bebe bu ho no ma no nye responsible ntu nya do hu ko wura mu a na kwete sa de so nyina ba be so wo de wo ho anje menene tinanse mfie bebre me de menemu hwiyo ma menene no ono nso abawo miensa na me ba na me de no ko wale ye no ma kwai ne me tete se kwa me ye bibia le ma ko le mi te se etu betina na me hwe ngona mbisa ma me se enti ase nti mama me ka se me fa kwala ne nyele emre no etsiri kura na kwala ka che me se na me so le a me ko penia me ni omu nyina ne papa ne bedi no
no sese
papa no so ne neda
awo
it happens a lot
enti uni me pa na ene ohun ti se no kura
wow
ohun ti se no kura me ye bibia de man ene no 26 years me njai ni mu ne so still me tena se na me so
ona ne dakete ba akoso
me se me ne dakete ba
ona ne frompa ona ne fomprako
ya me ne papa ya wo memu miensa ana me dia ho me tia na me jaya awale no e be tena me be fi se me ba ne ka kire no na afa ide me hu ni se ya akwai se me ne me ba nyina e wale
and I think it's a way mommy thank you way better here into the effect
you
the trauma no sa kwala no go through this experience someone who is supposed to father her someone who is supposed to become a mentor no abuse no na esonsu zanhwe no ne say me wo case bi wo ho sesi a akwala no ono kwada na attempted rape wanya ne nanda
ma yen for your last caller na yen tia so ne nya nkomo no ayede
hello
yes good evening
Bacho
wo from den na frefi
Bacho I'm doing the prophet of Charles
yo prophet Bacho manenko
and radio mechia afafo na tifo
ojo so
the program amoye no at least TV ni the original program is original
thank you
na the tell say you need to be all ma ya na you need say ya to papa you can't to papa really say ya papa dia manage ni pa me kwatla ni cheno mo kiti enti musu ni asa na wo se metete ma dedi ya ko tempi ni taka de bi me jira kan ya se bra ya pre e wa sa su so ya mu paye ya hwese ya ma ya ba bia ya de ya mra sa bi ni ya turi bia wotu ko tele obi chen obehwe yi se do no ali ba obi so kwa kwatla ni chen obeye wo se di wodi ya nchemo ye be ye fa ni mani na ntonche nye me ni mra no so se ya me adom ya doma chedi na chedi wa ma ya wo na kwada ba sa fi so ye fa chi prima sa ba tan se wo bra ya bre atiti ya from rape case amoka any intimidation bibia ko for dia from ye ma ye ba bia ye den en from bibia be me catch me ye se shebe ye ne ga be ya dum ka me mo pa se me ba ko tele bi che kra da nti me se ye ma ye ni ko mo fa ya che die e bi kra mama me le ka se ye ko da na ya wo mo no o mo ni bi ye fi ya ma le ma na ko so mo fi afa so e bi an ko da bi be president e bi be minister e bi be lawyer sa ka fie e fi ama ye nya ko mo so a e na ko da nya me de mo akom ye no e bi bu wa ko nta da che ti mesfere se obi biara o ba ta bia o dia ko da ba sa so o many mean come about and I told the bishop to match again in the you may cash as so hard and mama mestre o program no me nya de ho pa nya mi shira pa say bugusua mo de interest de bra about God bless you
prophet we are most grateful for say emreno yes effect no bonnet to buboso ma na yeah ma we have only 2 minutes
I think
to go.
Every childhood trauma has its own effect now effect about one mechanism like the case I've got or no the any rape attempted rape when she was about 12 years. Na guy na no person or rape lady no. Also ni move in the cheek. Right? And the lady was one of these SU girls, okay? And you know, according to her, what she did was or biting or car gun and no jano, and then she ran away. And very innocent, and no jay. When yini or quite sorry, will be a behuna and wedding fed in Nakufie. She won't allow the person to touch her. Because anytime as a pamno done as a nipano the mind takes you back to that event. Thinking, say, oh, you're coming to hurt me, you're coming to rape me. And you know, she will run away. Now, she didn't know why she was doing that. I think it went on for about 2 years. And the guy being so grateful and said, I can't cope anymore. Because woman found me and this is marriage. And then somebody referred her into counseling. And God being so good, she came to me. 6 months into the work, you know, then she was able to just dealing psychodynamics, dealing with childhood traumas. Now, we went a bit to her childhood. Tell me a bit about your childhood. Tell me what happened to your teenage and blah, blah. Then she brought this. Now, that was when I read that this is the issue. This is the fundamental issue. This is the core, right? And then you have to help the person to say, now I'm married, I'm not going to. Now, there's so many processes you take the person through to be able to overcome that thought, you know?
Yeah. My last words, I'm saying, time, I be waiting, going for news.
I think so.
So what advice are you giving to parents out there, the general public?
I think one advice I will give to parents, and like I said, in the program, you are dealing with future leaders of this nation. Future leaders. Now we have black boys and girls and leaders in even outside the UK. So we are working with children who are becoming the future generation. Parents need to build emotional connections with their kids. A year, we didn't go to private school. A year, we be house help. A year, we be build emotional connection. Makolana meye wadamfo. So that's a bibi hana obeti miya kachro. Okoshia boy be on the street, na boy ni show attention kakrabia. He won't be able to steal your child from you. Most of the time, they are not with us. Parents are not present. Do we have to be more physically present, emotionally present, spiritually present with our kids?
Thank you so much, Mrs. Janet Nana Achin. Nyami enshira bebre all the way from UK. I know say by next week in Oregon. Yes, Anka. I will say yes, Edo Baba Kwansana. Wako we've learned a lot from you. Nyami enshira bebre from the calls ne near economy to say people are getting into it and understanding the reason why we need to talk on issues about children. Nyame enshira bebre say what the time emaye ha na emre ebema yetumi ede asi na aseda kese ede me production team no me baby boy Kelvin Malo nyame enshira ba papa afe ebi Julie na afe yima na soa omo na omo chinchim efre no froma ede ma me ma jumedi ekoso enwachi no na me da Afrocom beauty natural hair salon ase sa abribia me ready omo eye mame na Mr. Ali de eye triple R Paulina Pokua ono na wa style no kama se ede amame no enu echi no so Michael beauty parlor na eye makeups no ede ema ye ntino se opese o ye makeup bia for wedding engagement birthday party biara eye Michael beauty parlor wo New Boy Town container also the 2 weeks as to where all your makeup training and into no offer online na call Instagram o call TikTok Facebook baby obekobia Michael Beauty Parlor o sabeka wo na won address o kama meeting at the lady Nancy Abena Osekua Abuaje o frame lady Nancy a meje wo so wa wo hwe wa wo tie bibia wo bia nyame enhira bebre da senne ye besan de dwumadi efa mofra ho ebesan abrel bye bye.